Hey everybody, thanks so much for checking this video out. It's a big story, like everybody else, it's a big story. I've been really into health and wellness and fitness for as far back as I can remember, kind of high school. But my thoughts on what's actually clean and what's actually healthy have changed so many times as I've gone down the rabbit hole. And the rabbit hole really started with me about 5 years ago when I got really, really sick. Just kind of came out of nowhere, really, with really debilitating panic attacks, nonstop anxiety. Sometimes I would go weeks without sleeping. Um, Tingling in my hands, my feet, my face. I thought I was having strokes. I would have heart palpitations, horrible pains in my chest. I was in and out of urgent care probably 4 or 5 times a week. They all thought I was crazy. I would oftentimes get written prescriptions for, antidepressants, antipsychotics, benzodiazepines, sleeping pills. I ended up being checked into the crisis stabilization unit in a hospital in Calgary for almost a week because they thought that it was, major mental health deterioration. And I kept trying to tell them it's not, like this isn't me. I've never dealt with anything like this before. But I went through 27 different doctors before I finally found, you know, holistic health practitioners that finally, after months and months of thinking I was going crazy, said, it's not in your head. This is really happening. Um, so it was a few different diagnoses, but what it kind of comes down to is childhood trauma is mainly what I've been dealing with. A maladapted nervous system, just chronic PTSD, and a few other health concerns thrown in there because when your body is shut down for so long, it starts to affect every other organ in your body because we're not compartmentalized species. Everything works together, as you know. So, I've really been trying to piece my health back together for the last 5 years, and nothing that I've done has helped. And I've done a lot. I've seen multiple different types of therapists, all the body work practitioners. I've done all the diets, all the supplements, all the protocols, all the IV therapies. I've spent about $75,000 on my health in the last 5 years, and I really didn't have anything to show for it. So it was starting to get to the point that I thought maybe this is just me. Maybe I just have to accept that this is me. This exhausted, feeling like I'm 85, unable to play with my kids, unable to sleep, perimenopause at 35 years old kind of person. I just kept thinking it happens and I'm just the person that it happened to. So now that never stopped me from, um, I'm very determined. So it never stopped me from trying to find a path forward, from trying to find a way out of this fog that I've been living in. But as time has gone on, and as I've tried more and more supplements and diets and practitioners, I've become more and more skeptical, and I do more and more research, ask more and more questions before I dive in. So it was my dear friend Meg, actually, a couple months ago that I saw some of her posts on Facebook, and I thought, you know, I've been in network marketing for 15 years. I personally love it. It has been a saving grace for us numerous times, in my family, but also helping people that I care about. And, Meg and I have had conversations about a few different network marketing companies, and it was never the right one for her. She would not attach her name to it. So when I saw that she was promoting these products, and I mean promoting in a way that was like, you could feel it from hundreds of miles away, just how much she believed in these products, that I sent her a message right away. And I said, okay, what is this? And, we chatted about it for a little bit. But I said, okay, I'm going to do things differently this time. And I'm really going to do my research and I'm going to take things slow. And I ended up ordering a couple products. And the first one I chose was the Be Energetic because I've had so many issues with my adrenals. That was the first doozy for me with my health, was my adrenals, the panic attacks. So I thought, mine could always use a boost. And I noticed it wasn't a huge difference, but the fact that there was even that little bit of difference, that little bit of energy boost and not needing to have naps, that was huge for me, because that's been a huge part of my life for the last 5 years, is napping, because I can't make it through the day. I'm too exhausted. So my family and I took a trip to Panama, and I said, okay, I'm going to take these products with me. I'm going to see how they go, how everything goes down there with them. And when I get home, I will decide then if I'm going to hop on board with the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And things went well. And I came home and I signed up and I ordered the kit, and I hit that submit order button, and I was like, oh, what did I do? Like, here we go again, down this road again. But you know what? It's done. We'll just see what happens. And it has been nothing short of amazing. I'm on day 32, so round 2, day 2. And the health wins that I've experienced in the last 32 days have been amazing. It's amazing to be able to say that, all of the reviews that I read about the ultimate lifestyle transformation from thousands of people, I get to be one of those thousands of people now, where before I wasn't. I was that one person that was like, okay, well, it's worked for 2 million people, and I'm going to be the one that it doesn't work for. That's just what I got used to, is I will be that one person that this just doesn't work for. And now I get to be one of those people that it's working for. And I have a long way to go, and I know that, but the journey is so much easier when you're seeing positive changes, no matter how small, along the way. So I've seen a huge change in my sleep. My skin is clearer. My eyes are brighter. I've tried so hard to lose weight. Before I got sick, I was pretty ripped. Everywhere I went, I would have people asking me if I was competing in physique competitions, and if not, I should. And then over the last 5 years, I've just gradually gained 40 pounds. And no matter what I do, working out, diets, it doesn't matter. The weight just keeps creeping on and creeping on. And I've actually lost 8 pounds, which is amazing for me. And, my kids hug me and they're like, Mommy, there's less of you. Like, where did you go? And, clothes are fitting better and I have more energy. Just there's so many little changes that, I really need to start writing them down, because I forget them. But I would definitely say the main one is sleep, which is, so important. And it's just amazing to be able to sleep between 7 and 9 hours, and to wake up at the same time every day is awesome. And to wake up and, have a smile on your face, rather than that Groundhog Day feeling over and over and over again, to wake up and say, I got this, I can do this. Today's going to be a good day. I don't remember the last time I had that. So these products have just been a total blessing, not just to me, but to my family. My husband is getting his wife back, and my kids are getting their mother back. And then being able to share with people that I care about, because I know hundreds of people that are in the same boat as me. And it would mean so much to me to be able to help them, and for them to be able to be one of the thousands of people that these products work for. It's a major, major blessing for me too.
Wow, I had chills this whole time that you're talking, and this is why we do this. I've been with Purium building real strong for 6 years now, but definitely introduced almost 8 years ago. And I'm just so grateful to know that when people stick with it, and we were just talking prior, there's a lot of things out there on the market right now, and sometimes supplements have been given a bad rap. And the thing is this really isn't supplements. They are food. It's a whole food, plant-based environment that we're getting to have. And so I just wanted you to talk about, just your wisdom on like supplementation and the different types of things that are out there, and how Purium is just above and beyond.
Yeah, so I have a few certifications. That was the other, piece of my journey after seeing multitudes of doctors in so many different fields. And, so many of them ended up just not calling me back or canceling our appointments because I was always the anomaly. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. Um, so I thought, I need to help myself because there's nobody out there that can help me. So I ended up going back to school. So I'm a chartered herbalist. I went back to school for HTMA, which is hair tissue mineral analysis. And then I also received my diploma for nutrition sciences. So, and then I'm also involved in bioenergetics as well. So I have, all these different fields because I feel sickness is multifaceted and therefore healing is multifaceted. But I wholeheartedly believe that nutrition is number one. It has to be the foundation. So, I really had to learn to help myself and be my own best health advocate, that I couldn't rely on anybody else but me. And I started, really reading all the labels and really looking at all the supplements and just taking a deeper dive into things because, like I said, I've been involved in health and wellness in some way since I was probably 16, 17 years old. So, over 20 years. But as you do deeper dives, and I feel when you lose your health, that's when things get real. And that's when you're forced to take that deep dive. So it's true what you said about supplementation. This is not supplementation. This is nutrition. This is superfoods. This is meals. This is nourishing your body. It is not the same thing as supplementation. Supplementation is in addition to, where this is replacing, right? Kind of replacing the more toxic, not so good things for our body, replacing calorie dense foods with nutrient dense foods. That's what this is. So there are a lot of supplements on the market, and it's really unfortunate that most people don't know that the supplements that they're taking are synthetic. They're made in a lab, which, I do believe that there's a time and a place. There are people that are severely nutrient deficient in one particular mineral, and for a short period of time could be really beneficial for them to supplement on that one thing short term. But there's so many people taking so many different things that they may not even need. And because it's synthetic, our body has to detox from that. Our body can't use those synthetic ingredients. So they either end up getting stored in tissue or fat cells, or they're processed through our kidneys, our liver. And, we live in the most toxic world that we've ever lived in, that it's just burdening us that much more. We didn't become ill or become toxic because we're deficient in synthetic things. We became ill and toxic because we're deficient in nutrients. So we need to get those nutrients from a natural source so that it's bioavailable for our body, and we're treating it well instead of just piling on that toxicity. So again, I do believe that there's a time and a place for the vast majority of things. It's definitely not to knock anything. But I know personally, just speaking for myself, going through these health issues that I've gone through for the last 5 years, I would have loved a quick fix. And I searched for quick fixes all the time because I just couldn't take it anymore. I just wanted something to just put it in my body and help me, And it never happened because that wasn't the issue. I was looking in the wrong places. There are no quick fixes. So that's where I do feel for people that just want so badly to get better. But unfortunately, most of the time, we're not looking in the right places. We need to go back to the basics, and we need to realize where a lot of these illnesses come from. And they come from, more often than not, nutrient deficiencies. So we have to make sure that we're loading the body up with all sorts of nutrients, not just one, because that's how we become nutrient toxic or nutrient deficient. All of our nutrients in our body work together, and they're a very, very fine-tuned machine. So if we start adding just one thing, we're going to deplete something over here, raise something over here. So when we're adding all of them in from food, because there is no food that has just one isolated mineral, that's how we're going to end up being our healthiest selves.
Thank you for that. Yes, and it's so exciting to share with you all that the food that we get to have come to your doorstep in home compostable packaging, which is a whole next level for any type of companies like this on the market, where you get to have a biodegradable bag made from bamboo and hemp and tree resin, rather than filling the landfills with more and more plastic containers just to keep us healthy, so that then the children later get to deal with all of the things that we wanted so deeply to be able to be healthy right now. But what about later down the road? And so it's so nice to have that. And then knowing that this nutrition, we are working with regenerative farming practices, which is unlike anything else on the market as well. That's totally different, where we're also getting to have our plants being watered by volcanic ash spring water. And we work hand in hand. It's been about 30 years that we've been working with some of our farmers now. And it's brilliant. You know, I mean, it used to be that you could have a carrot and it would be filled with nutrients and minerals and all of it. But right now on the market, you'd have to have 200 conventionally grown carrots in order to equal one regeneratively grown carrot with the mineral and the nutrients in there. So if you think about that, we're desperately an overfed and undernourished society. And that's why we're here. And that's why we came to share this, is we're inviting you to a new way of really detoxing your body, nourishing your body, and really cellularly activating your body in a way that nothing else does. And so I love sharing these stories. Kristal, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom. And
Well, thank you for having me.
yeah, is there any last thing that you'd like to say with anyone listening?
All I can say is I know there are so many of you out there that have, that are in the same boat that I've been in. And all I can say is just keep going. Don't ever give up. There is, you will find health again. And all I can say is try starting here, right? Start at the basics, go back to basics. Healthy, clean food, full of nutrients. Just start here. I wish I did 5 years ago.
Yes, I wish you found me 5 years ago. And the last thing I'll say is that it's really easy and it doesn't take a lot of time. And I know that's a lot of the things that people need nowadays, is they need quick things, easy things, but usually quick and easy things are not very healthy for us. And so that's the huge difference that we get to have here, is it takes moments, and Purium has done all the heavy lifting. So give back to the friend that shared this with you. They have $100 gift certificate for your first order, and they'll be happy to guide you into this amazing lifestyle. So thanks so much again. Have a beautiful day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.